We are the Who's Gonna Take the Minutes. Yoshi, Tom, Scott, Marianne, Ken, and Johnny with Challenge 7.
The COVID-19 pandemic has ushered in new ways of working, which has meant that executives and teams have spent increasing amount of time meeting virtually. This has presented opportunities for greater efficiencies in areas which were previously time-consuming and less effective. Our team has looked at revolutionizing the process of recording meeting actions and disseminating them amongst the project team.
Where is the time lost in capturing actions? Initially in the meeting, deciding who takes the actions. After the meeting, updating an action register and then sending the emails out to the attendees. And then the recipients having to load those into MS Planner. A simple process like this could take hours or even days from start to finish. So how can teams help? So initially developed as a tool to help the hearing impaired. There's a feature that converts the voice discussion into a caption file. The team now will talk through our solution.
So in acquiring the voice transcript, it is mostly an automated process through Microsoft Teams to Streams, but in downloading the text file, it is a manual process. And this is what example of what the script would look like.
So we've got some Python script to clean out the useful dialogue from the transcript. And then we, using trigger phrases that are used in the meeting, we can capture the relevant details of the action, the actionee, and the date. And we do some checks to make sure that they're used correctly, and we pull out an error code too, if relevant, and we write it to an Excel file.
And the next phase of this, once we had the Excel document, will be to put it through a Power Automate flow and upload it onto Planner and assign it to the actionee. So I'll show a quick demonstration. So you can see here the Excel file. I'm clicking to run the script via Excel, and it uploads it onto Planner, and you can see that it assigns it to the actionee. What is useful about Excel doing it this way is that it allows a buffer in between the automation script, so you aren't getting a lot of erroneous tasks created due to voice recognition. And as you can see here, the benefit of using Planner is that you can see how well the task performs in regards to their performance in completing the to-do list and the actions created for them during the team's meeting.
So this is how we've approached the project, breaking it down into 3 streams. The first one being to clean the data and extract the relevant fields, and then running some data validation. The second stream being to automate the transfer of that into Microsoft Planner, and then building the user interface in Excel to allow for intervention in reaction to error codes, and then also the integration of all the modules together.
For further development, we could use AI voice activated in real time, and we'll create the to-do item in MS Planner on the screen in the Teams meeting. Cortana, please give a task to Susan to test the wiring by 1 December 2020. Cortana will know Susan's email address from the Teams invitation, and if Susanna is not in the meeting, Cortana will ask which Susan. Cortana, give me a task to complete the plumbing installation for the 7th floor kitchen by the 11th of January. Cortana will know who asked for this by voice recognition or the IP address and assign accordingly. Data quality and confidence issues. There were some data quality issues. We had missing data. We didn't have the email addresses and name to match the names in the data, so we substituted our own. There were headers and blank rows in the transcripts. Python solved them. Confidence scores broke the sentences into fragments. Python script parsed the fragments back together. Dates were in a text format, the first, the second, which are not recognized by Teams as dates. We fixed them manually. The script could fix this. The chairperson failed to use the trigger phrases sometimes correctly, and the trigger phrase was clunky and a tongue twister. The confidence issues in the Teams script to, voice to script, it brings up some things it's not sure about. So is Bill Minor, is problemo in the dictionary? Does Newcastle equal Newcastle?
is in the Excel action register. And this allows the user to review the actions and any error flags before they export these to Microsoft Banner. So that's an opportunity to correct any errors. So the Python script has a few checks in that can make sure that all the action details are for the relevant action, and it reports for each action. It reports the details of the action, the actionee, the date, and a fourth field which is can hold any error flags. So one example of this in one transcript, we've got a misuse of a trigger phrase. So they say stop capture action on instead of stop capture action date. So when the code doesn't find the correct stop phrase, it searches again for a partial phrase, in this case stop. It uses this to find the missing data, which is the date, and so it reports this still, but because it didn't find it by the correct phrase, it also reports an error flag, letting the user know to check the action date.